Hey, and welcome to the channel Faroese in America. Today's video is going to be about the Faroese alphabet, which in Faroese is called bokstafaræði. It comes from the words bokstavur, meaning letter in the nominative form, and rað, meaning row or line in the nominative form. So as you can see, it means row of letters. So this is the Faroese alphabet as you can see it. And I will pronounce the letters in a way that a person from the capital would pronounce the letters. And then later on in the video, I will pronounce them with different dialects because there are people from different islands that would pronounce some of the letters differently. So here we go. A, O, B, D, Ed, E, F, G, H, I, Ui, J, K, L, M, N, O, O, P, R, S, T, O, U, V, seinna I, seinna ui, seinna Ø, I, A, Oi. And as you probably notice, the Faroese alphabet compared to the English alphabet has way more vowels. The vowels are in blue here, as you can see. A, I, ui, o, u, seinna I, seinna ui, seinna Ø, and then three diphthongs I, A, and Oi. You might also notice that Faroese does not have C, Q, W, X, or Z. That's a difference from the English alphabet and many other alphabets. Now, so as I said, there are different dialects in the Faroe Islands and people don't pronounce the letters the same way around the country. So I will go ahead and pronounce the way that they would say the letters differently. And if I say the normal way to say this, I just mean that people in the capital would say it this way. And the capital has 20,000 people of the 50,000 people that live in the country. So that is the majority. So this would normally be O, but people in Nólsoy, which is there, would say ow for this. Ow instead of O. And then actually roughly the northern half of the country, plus parts of Sandoy, which is there, would actually pronounce this as O. O. And I don't have any data or anything, but I guess I could say that maybe half of the population would say this, or at least you hear this very often. It's very common to hear people say "o," even in the capital. People from around the country also move to the capital, so language changes all the time. This next one was normally "a," but people in the northern islands up there pronounce it as "a," which is the same sound as the first letter. A instead of A. Now this next one is sometimes pronounced as Oi, which is the last diphthong and last letter of the alphabet. So it gets a little bit complicated because normally it would be I and Oi, but there are people that live above this line here, roughly, who pronounce both of these diphthongs as Oi. So the word for no in Faroese is nei, but then people will say noi for that. The next ones are ha and ka, which you would say normally, but people in Suðuroy, which is there, and Klaksvík, which is there, and maybe other places in the country, would pronounce the letters ha and ka, using the Danish vowel a instead of the Faroese a. Now this doesn't change the sounds of words that have ha and ka in them, but it's just the way that they say the letter on its own. Now, I thought I would include this, but normally the letter in bold is called A. However, if you want to be a real Faroese person, then you're actually supposed to say fyrra ä for that one, and then sætna ä for the second ä. Just like you would say fyrra I and sætna I for the middle parts, and fyrra ui and sætna ui for the last ones there. Fyrra means first and sætna means second. But most people in the country would just say A for the letter in bold instead of fyrra ä. Then lastly, this would normally, as we just said, be sætna I, and the sound is just E for this, E. But some people will call this Y, because that's the way that the Danish alphabet would say this, Y. And the Faroe Islands are part of the Kingdom of Denmark, so the Faroese language is highly influenced by Danish, so people might just as well refer to this letter as Y rather than sætna I. Now here's just a comparison of how the Faroese alphabet looks like compared to the Danish, English, and German alphabet. So even though Faroese doesn't have letters like C, Q, W, X, and Z, it still is longer than the other ones because it has so many vowels and then the added diphthongs as well. So that was it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye!